The water is churning. It's a chaotic, violent froth of white foam and blood. A mother is screaming. She is throwing her body between the attackers and her calf, biting, thrashing, doing everything a mother can do to save her child. But she is outnumbered. The attackers use their beaks like battering rams. They launch the baby into the air. They slam it underwater. They aren't trying to eat it. They are trying to break it. They crush its skull. They rupture its internal organs. Within minutes, the calf is dead, sinking into the dark. This looks like a shark attack or a frenzy of killer whales. But as the water clears, we see the killers. They are smiling. They are clicking playfully. They are the animal you have on your lunchbox. The killers are bottlenose dolphins. Why? Why would the ocean's most beloved animal commit cold-blooded infanticide? To understand this crime, we have to tear down the mask. We have to expose the drug abuse, the gang violence, and the sociopathy that hides behind that smile. This is the true story of the ocean's cutest criminal. Welcome to the open ocean. We look at dolphins and see a friend. We call them noble, pure. We tell stories of them saving humans from sharks. But the ocean sees something very different. The ocean sees a sociopath. You see, the dolphin's brain is terrifyingly similar to ours. They have self-awareness. They have complex social hierarchies. They have distinct cultures. And just like humans, when you give a creature this much brain power, you don't just get art and empathy. You get the capacity for evil. Researchers who have spent their lives watching them in the wild tell a dark story. They see a creature that is manipulative, narcissistic, and violently possessive. The smile you see on their face isn't an expression of joy. It's just anatomy. Behind those dead, black eyes, a calculated plan is always forming. And the first item on their rap sheet is drug abuse. Let's descend into the coral reef, a vibrant, colorful city. Here, we find our first victim, the pufferfish, a slow, clumsy swimmer protected by a deadly defense mechanism, a powerful neurotoxin that can kill almost anything. But the dolphins don't want to eat it. They want to use it. Young male dolphins catch these fish, but they don't kill them. They treat them like a toy. They chew on them gently, just enough to terrify the fish, causing it to release a small, controlled dose of its toxin. The dolphins pass the fish back and forth, like a joint at a party. The toxin acts as a narcotic. The dolphins enter a trance-like state. They float near the surface, staring at their own reflections, mesmerized. They are getting high. To the pufferfish, this is hours of torture. It is being chewed on and terrified purely for the recreational amusement of a superior predator. But getting high is a victimless crime compared to what happens in the waters of Scotland. Here, researchers started finding the washed-up bodies of harbor porpoises. Dozens of them. Their bodies were shattered, internal bleeding, broken bones. At first, they thought it was boat strikes, but the autopsies revealed the truth. The bite marks didn't match a boat propeller. They matched the teeth of bottlenose dolphins. Dolphins and porpoises don't compete for food. They aren't enemies. So why were the dolphins killing them? Because they could. Eyewitnesses watched as gangs of dolphins surrounded a lone porpoise. They played with it. They rammed it, tossing it into the air like a volleyball. They slammed it underwater, over and over, breaking its ribs. They played with it until it stopped moving. And then, bored, they swam away. They left the body to rot. It wasn't food. It was target practice. This is the definition of sociopathy, the infliction of pain and death for mere entertainment. But in the dark society of the dolphin, bullying is just the beginning. To understand the murder we saw at the start of this video, we have to go to Australia, to a place called Shark Bay. Shark Bay is the Bronx of the dolphin world. It is here that scientists discovered the dark truth about dolphin society. It isn't a family, it's a mafia. In this bay, male dolphins don't operate alone. They form complex, rigid alliances. Gangs. These aren't loose friendships. These are military units. A first-order alliance is a trio of males who do everything together. They hunt together, they sleep together, and they conspire together. Their goal is simple: control. Specifically, control over females. In most of the animal kingdom, mating is a courtship. The male tries to impress the female. He dances, he builds a nest. The Shark Bay dolphins don't court. They kidnap. When a gang of males spots a fertile female, they surround her. They chase her down. They ram her with their bodies, biting her flippers, terrifying her into submission. They herd her away from her family, away from her protection, and then they hold her hostage. This kidnapping can last for weeks. The males take turns guarding her. If she tries to escape, they beat her. They make popping sounds, a threat that means, "Stop, or we will hurt you." They starve her until she submits. And if a rival gang shows up, chaos. This is where the second-order alliances come in. The trio calls for backup. They have agreements with other gangs. Suddenly, you have a brawl of 20 or 30 dolphins, a massive underwater gang war. They aren't fighting for territory. They are fighting for possession of the victim. It is a level of calculated, organized violence that is almost human. But this brings us back to the most horrific crime of all: the baby. We saw the violence at the start. We saw the gang of males crush the life out of a calf while the mother screamed. But we didn't answer the question. Why? The answer is chillingly simple. It's biology. Dolphin mothers are incredibly devoted. They nurse their young for years. But while a female is nursing a calf, she is not fertile. She cannot get pregnant. For a male dolphin driven by the urge to spread his genes, a nursing baby is an obstacle, a barrier. And the dolphin's solution to this barrier is murder. The males we saw, they weren't crazy. They weren't just being cruel. They were doing math. They killed the baby to break the mother's biological cycle. Without a baby to nurse, the mother's body will stop producing milk. Within a few weeks, she will become fertile again. She will be ready to mate. The males know this. They calculated it. They murdered a child simply to speed up the mother's biological clock. This is infanticide. It is the ultimate expression of biological selfishness. And the most chilling part? They don't hide it. There is no shame, no remorse, just a cold, calculated transaction. A life for a mating opportunity. We want to believe that nature is beautiful. We want to believe that intelligence brings kindness, but the dolphin proves us wrong. It proves that intelligence is just a tool. It can be used to solve puzzles, to create art, or it can be used to manipulate, to dominate, and to destroy. It has realized that in the brutal game of survival, playing nice doesn't always work. Sometimes, you have to be the bully. Sometimes, you have to be the gangster. So the next time you see that famous, curved smile breaking the surface of the water, don't smile back. The ocean isn't a Disney movie. It's a crime scene. And the bad guy is the one everyone loves. If you thought the dolphin was dark, you haven't seen anything yet. Wait until you hear the tragic story of why the ocean warps animals into monsters the deeper you go. Click the video on the screen to watch. For more investigations into the dark, criminal, and bizarre side of nature, subscribe to The Dark Biologist. You will never look at the world the same way again.